Welcome back. Today, I just want to go over 3 little things that I think will make a big difference with releasing music in 2026 and on. I wish I could take credit for these, but all 3 of these are things that I learned from being at the South by Southwest Music Conference. There were so many great tips there, and while it's still fresh on my mind, I just wanted to share a couple with you. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Alex Wilson. I play guitar for various people, also do some recording stuff, a little bit of everything guitar related. But before I keep making some guitar related videos, I just thought that this was pretty cool and might be of use to someone. So yeah, let me know if this was worth your time and let me know if it wasn't, but hopefully it was. All right, let's jump right into it. And by the way, I will say the last one is one of the easiest to forget, but it's also important to do. Sometimes those easy things to do are also easy to forget. Here's a little tip for you. All right, tip number 1 would be, instead of saying, listen to my new single, create a curated playlist and say, want to listen to some of my favorite songs, and say favorite like relaxing or favorite rock songs or metal songs or whatever your genre is, and then tuck your own songs in that playlist. So instead of saying, listen to my new single, say, here's a sweet playlist of some of my favorite classic rock songs or some of my favorite jazz songs, and have a playlist of already known songs, and then tuck yours in that playlist. So when people see familiar names and artists on a playlist, they're more likely to listen to it and then stumble upon your song and then become a fan potentially. Within that same tip, they said artists need to share playlists of what they like to listen to, show themselves. So you're showing a piece of yourself and what you like as an artist. Instead of being so me, check out my song, my single, show people what you like and what you enjoy so that the viewer, listener, or fan, however you want to put it, can engage with you on a deeper level and see what your interests are. And one more final thing on that tip is, if you're into this thing like running ads, would be run an ad campaign to a great playlist with known people on it with your single tucked in there, which is kind of the thing I was touching on earlier, but specifically if you're running an ad, that could be a good idea for an ad campaign. This is growth through connection instead of me. So again, it's more like, hey, check out these other artists that sound like me or that I like, and also hear some of my music. I thought that was very refreshing to hear, and it's growing through collaboration instead of competition. But yeah, I really like that idea, and that really resonated with me when I heard it. I mean, obviously I wrote it down, right? But yeah, just another strategy or something to think about when releasing music. Also, those other artists on those playlists will probably really appreciate you pushing them, whether it's a big artist or smaller artist, and who knows, maybe they'll check you out from that. All right, tip number 2 is treat music like a TV show you want to binge. Like if you found a cool show on the last season and then you want to start at the beginning and watch it all. Sorry if I said that weird. Basically, think about your favorite TV show. I think the example they gave at the conference was like Game of Thrones or Harry Potter, whatever. Imagine you somehow didn't know it existed until the last season and you saw like clips or bits and pieces and you were like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then you realize you get to go all the way back to season 1 and watch it all. So they basically said, treat your music catalog like that. Don't get hung up on just putting 1 or 2 singles out and then popping off and going crazy. If anything, it's probably more useful to build a catalog and then have like the 20th song pop off. That way people can like that, realize who you are and that you even exist, and then go listen to everything else. So I thought that was pretty nice. I feel like a lot of the younger artists I work with are so, let's test it on TikTok and then it fails within 24 hours, fails, doesn't get any views. You're not even giving it enough time to work to know if it's a success or not. So post those songs, post those videos, let them stay up, because when you do have one that works, at least there'll be more stuff for those people to go listen to or watch. I thought that was a great tip, and it kind of relieves some pressure of everything working so great every time. Because I'll see these artists that test a song for a week and then they delete the song. It's like, you already took the time to record it and you like the song, so obviously won't other people like it too? And just give it time to work. All right, and tip number 3, which kind of ties into the catalog thing, but it's to set a calendar reminder every so often to step back and look at the data and analytics. So I get it, people, music is very much about passion and art, but also if you want to make a career out of it to where you can put more of your passion and art out there, sometimes it does take looking at the data and analytics, which can be boring. For some people like me, I kind of have fun with that. But the main point is you need to see what's working, what's not working. But after long periods of time, every quarter or so, and just go ahead and set a calendar reminder in your phone, or if you use a physical calendar too, just to look back on and see the trends. Like one of the tips they gave was lyric videos being so important because the general public want to listen to the story or understand or relate to the song. Us musicians, guitar players, bass players, drummers, people who know theory, I don't really know much theory, but I'm still listening to just the guitar. They said you need to focus on the actual broader audience, which is people who just like listening to music. And those people are most likely to get hooked from a lyric video rather than just a guitar playthrough, even though I would like a guitar playthrough more personally because I'm a guitarist. So that's something that I took away with me too, is don't just make guitar content on the music that I put out or that I'm a part of. Focus on lyric stuff too if I want it to work, and look back at the data. What is working? What doesn't work? It's okay to experiment and have fun and do stuff that's fun for you. Like for instance, on my YouTube channel, the little vlog video I did of playing at South by Southwest, the numbers is not that good compared to the 5 things I hate about my Les Paul video. I think I had more fun making the South by Southwest one, and that one I think I'll also enjoy looking back on as more of almost like a diary entry, where the 5 things I hate about my Les Paul, that one did very well, probably just because people were, it sounds kind of interesting, an interesting topic. So that's something I can look at too, and I don't want to just do all videos about, I hate this or like this. So keep it fun, but also if you want something to work well, look at the data and then adjust accordingly. I'm sorry if that sounds nerdy, but it just is what it is. All right, and here's number 4. It's a bonus one, and it's the one that's easy to forget to do because it's so easy to do. And it simply is this, number 4. Don't be afraid to show the people you want to work for just how much you want the job and excited you are about it. At first that kind of sounds like duh, right? But you'd be surprised how many people fail to actually communicate how much they want the job or are thankful to be given the opportunity to get the job. Some of the people talking at this event were just like, wow, it was like YouTube Music, Spotify, like people who work at these companies talking. And they were saying you'd be surprised how people would show up for the job with a resume and it just sounds like they're very ready for the job. And during the interview, they just seem so uninterested. And that alone could be a turnoff for anyone trying to hire you for something. So I make that a point in my own music career. If I'm getting hired for a gig, whether it's playing guitar or bass or making some loops or adding guitar to a song, I tell the people I work with and make sure, hey, thanks so much for letting me do this and also being a part of this. I know this tour, I know this song, I know insert whatever the work is very important to you. And you're coming to me out of all people, and just want to say real quick, I appreciate that. Sometimes these common things can just get kind of forgotten, and I get it. Like life is busy and there's so many things unrelated to work, health stuff, family stuff. But I think it's really important for those relationships and those work relationships to make sure that you're saying you're thankful, just the same way that you want someone to be thankful for you. But that pretty much wraps it up. It was just stuff that was still on top of mind from being at South by Southwest. I didn't want too much time to go on after that festival to where I made this video. It's kind of irrelevant. But even that being said, I think the tips and the advice here will stay relevant. Let me know if this was of use to you. I hope this helps in some way. And if you're not putting out music yourself, but know of someone who is, maybe you can share this with them and they can put this to use in their own music career. But as always, I appreciate you watching, being a part of this channel, commenting and everything. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe on the video. It goes a long ways. I think this is my first time saying that in a video. I really try not to push it, but yeah, it would just mean a lot. And I'm trying to grow this thing to where I can reach some more people and help some more people out. If you like this tips video about, some music side things rather than just guitars and instruments, let me know. Be happy to do some more of these. I have so many more things I learned from South by Southwest and just from playing music and being involved in music for the last 15, 20 years myself. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.